some sources close to Donald Trump are saying he is planning to declare an economic emergency and using laws surrounding that to impose his tariffs, because it gives him a lot more broad power to do the tariff plan. So he can put 25% tariffs or more on everything coming from Mexico, Canada, and China. Now, we've talked a lot about how these tariffs are actually paid by the American consumer, not the foreign countries. Donald Trump doesn't know that. I don't believe that anyway. I still think that he believes a tariff is something that is paid by the country that you put the tariff on. It comes out of like their national treasury and never affects the cost of good to the consumer. And a lot of Donald Trump supporters, I think, believe his definition and his version of it because he was president before, and they believe that he knows more than we do just because he held the office of president. But Donald Trump wants to use this economic emergency idea to expand his ability to use tariffs, and from there make things worse in the economy. But he thinks it's going to help. Now, nobody knows for sure what evidence he is going to use to prove some kind of an economic emergency, because even Donald Trump is saying that the economy is starting to take off, which in reality it's actually doing very well on a major scale. It might be not so great for people on their personal levels, but if you look at the big picture numbers, the economy's doing pretty good. So I don't know what Donald Trump is going to use to claim this economic emergency. Inflation's way down, stock market's up, all that kind of stuff. So we will see if he actually does it. Now, the other side of it is, I believe even if he declares an economic emergency and puts the tariffs on, normally he would need Congress, because Congress has the power to impose tariffs and duties, things like that. But I think this act allows him to put tariffs on temporarily, but I think the limit's up to 5 months. And then Congress must act to do something about extending them. And we will see if they actually do anything with it, or if they say, hey, you know what, we disagree. Those are going to hurt the economy, they're going to hurt the country, and most importantly, at least to congressional Republicans, it's going to hurt their chances at getting reelected in 2 to 4 years. I've been saying that a lot, that when it comes down to it, how much pushback comes from Republicans is going to be dependent on what they think it's going to do to their reelection chances. So ultimately, even if he declares an emergency, those tariffs may not get imposed for very long. And other places have said, you start putting tariffs on, we're going to put tariffs on, or we're going to do other things. Like Canada has said, we import oil and electricity from Canada, and they already said, if you put tariffs on, we're turning off the power that we supply. So we will see what ultimately happens, but it sounds like he intends to go forward with the unilateral tariffs, at least according to these sources.